Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be reviewing a rec sent in by what, and he's going to be playing in blue, and the rec is around 1250 elo. Now when he first sent this one in, I asked him like, do you want this to be like coaching or like entertainment? And he just said 50-50. He said it was a nice game, fun game, and if there's some tips along the way, why not? So this is exactly what we're going to do. And I think I want this to be kind of like a new series on my channel, but I want to know what you guys think on YouTube, because I've did a couple like lower level games. I'm not saying that 1250 is low elo, but just not pro games. And I've come to the kind of conclusion that these games are hella exciting to watch, especially the good ones. And honestly, even the not so good ones are still really exciting. And I'll tell you why. It's not predictable at all. It's like when you watch a movie that has a very unpredictable like plot. Then you watch it and then you're just like, okay, I have no idea what's gonna happen, and there's twists and turns, and you're just on the edge of your seat. And sometimes can be more entertaining than a predictable plot. I feel like pro games, as exciting as they are, if they're not like for like a tournament or anything, can feel sometimes really good, really fun, really entertaining, but sometimes somewhat predictable. If someone gets an early lead, it's just kind of over. So what I'm thinking here is that a game at 1250 elo, our opponent's playing as Poles. His name is Chris, by the way. It's what versus Chris. I think this is going to be a banger, and Chris will probably come forward tower rush. I haven't seen the game, obviously, but it seems very likely he's going to come forward tower rush, and that's where the craziness will come from. And yeah, I just want to know what you guys think. Like this, half entertainment, half coaching style. It could be a really nice series on the channel where we just cast some lower level games and we can enjoy it. And I'll mix in my tips. Like for example, these houses should be in front of the berries, not next to it, to not block off those berries. So little tips like that will always be snuck in. And of course, this will be separate from my coaching / rec review series that's already doing quite well on YouTube, and you guys seem to really enjoy that. Those who watch it, you guys love my coaching. So this is just going to be something else on the side that we kind of mix in, where people can send in their recs and we can just review them. Again, I've done a couple like this so far, and I've had a good time in every case so far. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm opening this video like that. And with all that said, let's hop into the game. So overall, pretty clean Dark Age from our boy what. And nothing crazy. It's funny, I just watched one of my own Dark Ages with Persians. And I did 19 pop no loom, and when I hit Feudal Age, I had 2,000 resources. Shortly after hitting Feudal Age. I'm just curious to see how many resources he will have. Because when I tell people about how important Dark Age is, and practicing their Dark Age and being efficient, they think like, oh no, I'm 1000 elo, I already have a good Dark Age. What else? Hera, tell me what else, give me the secret. And I said, no, go back and visit the Dark Age. So let's see what our boy what will do and how many resources he'll have when hitting Feudal Age. He's doing 19 pop and with looms, and only 10 seconds out of time. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's similar to mine. I went up a bit faster. I just want to see how many resources he has, and maybe I'll make a separate video on this on this topic altogether. Just an idea I had. Okay, back to the game. Obviously, we're just developing through Dark Age. He's throwing in his deer. And opponent, there we go. I just knew it. Chris is gonna tower rush. It's Poles. If you tell me the game's gonna be crazy and there's Poles in it, where they're for sure gonna tower rush. Okay, so he's hitting Feudal Age with 1800 resources. Interesting. Obviously, maybe some on the deer, but you can say maybe like I hit like 100 extra res over him, and I hit faster, so maybe like 200 res over just from a good Dark Age. That needs a separate video. We'll revisit that. This is just a teaser right now for you guys here. Okay, so he's gonna go stable. I can tell this guy watches my videos. Pause. Did you guys just catch this? This is one of us. This is one of us. You guys see what I'm seeing? He finished the stable, one vill to wall on this side, one vill to wall on this side. It's exactly what I recommend to everyone. In fact, you should wall like this. And that's the best way to wall your base. One vill on either side after making the production building. Love to see it, brother. Love to see it. But honestly, there's going to be a curveball sent his way, because Chris is actually harassing his vill and sending 4 villagers forward. So actually, what actually spotted that? So our boy Blue, he spotted that. So I expect him to send a scout back right away. Like you got to send your scout back right away, because now if there's going to be a tower rush coming, you want to be able to defend it. You no longer have to go attack your opponent's village or base to kill villagers. You can now just kill his villagers that he's willingly sent forward, right? But because we're not doing that, we're going to be down a scout. Oh, we're just going to counterattack anyways. We see a villager. I think we should just go back, me personally. Things are running smoothly though so far. So far, so good, honestly. And again, this is what I'm talking about with these lower level games. Again, two go forward, one go back. This guy is... He's spreading himself thin. Let's see what he can do with the scouts. This is not necessarily bad. It's just hard to play. I don't think I'm good enough to play like this, to send half my army forward, half my army back. Let's see if blue player is good enough. Eats some damage so far, but he's going to go for the counterattack. Okay, a dedicated counterattack. Okay, no, this is good. A dedicated counterattack I like. What red will probably try and do is get some spearmen out to defend. And that would be helpful. Excuse me, by the way, I am just recovering from a sickness. We lost a scout here, but we killed a vill. So we lost 2 scouts to kill a vill, and obviously some idle time here. Chris is a little all over the place right now as he's finishing up some tower rush. Or continuing, rather. I don't think he's quite done yet. Continuing his tower rush. And yeah, this is where it gets tricky. So the spear comes in. This is why... This is actually the reason why I don't like when you counterattack. Look, what? Maybe a little bit, you know, caught daydreaming, something like that. You know, doing this or that at home. Who knows? You know, maybe making this farm. And he just lost all of his scouts, right, to that one spear. This is why against tower rush, I honestly just recommend you send them home and you defend. Because if not, these things always happen. So it's like, this is like my #1 tip against tower rush. And honestly, I used to die to tower rush very often. But then I just realized if you just play defensive for a little bit, right? And you can sneak in a counterattack, like killing the first vill was good. But constantly counterattacking makes the game very messy. And towers in messy games do better than units usually, right? And especially Poles villagers, they heal, and so they usually trade quite well against units. So this is why I recommend just defending with units and stopping their initial tower to defend against the tower rush. But let's see, I mean, the game is still going pretty well. He's gonna maybe snag another vill here. Yep, picks up another vill. Okay. Okay, nice. Avoids the spear this time around and does go for the counter tower at home. This is actually a really good decision. Blue is kind of smurfing it at the moment. That's a really good tower. This tower he had to make because if he lets this tower survive, next tower will come here and then it's going to take away all of his farms. So putting a stop right here is good. These towers do nothing. They are set up. So you just leave them be, no problem. Okay, really trying to force it now. We're going to be hitting the spear. Okay. Not bad. Maybe we can snag one more vill. Red is probably going to get another spearman out, but... Ooh. I wouldn't take that trade. 3 scouts for a vill and a spear. I wouldn't take that personally, but it's not the end of the world. It's not too bad. Okay, so now, like, listen, what you have a tower, you're chilling. We can't lose the tower fight yet. Repair it, nice. And now we should take some stone, I think. You want to take gold? No. Well, actually, I think it's okay. It's just that it's very exposed. Normally, what you want to do is to actually take some stone and keep making scouts to push back the tower rush, right? And then when you go after the gold later, you can then make a tower because you're already on stone. Oh, and he's doing that. He's going to go stone now. Okay, good, good. Good stuff. Honestly, I'm impressed. Like, this is 1250 elo nowadays. This is... I say that, he just lost the scout. But this is not bad. This is some really good gameplay. Like, I can tell, like, you're actually thinking about things. Like, going after the gold because this one's denied. You know, back gold is... sorry, backstone is also nice to take here. Good timing. Very impressed, very impressed. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No! I'm impressed with one thing, and then the other thing, it's, Oh, it's depressing me. It's the opposite. Yeah. We just lost 2 bills to the tower, but it's okay. It happens to everyone. At this point, like, I noticed you stopped making scouts, by the way. I think you should honestly continue making scouts. Because scouts in this position always get value. Like, #1, you can kill, like, his scouts. You can defend your forward, like, vills as well. And #2, you can also collapse on his forward villagers. Like, the way I see this is that these 3 towers uncontested. If you just randomly send 10 vills and 5 scouts and attack the towers, you will kill them all and kill all the vills. It's a crazy thing to look out for. But if your opponent doesn't wall in his towers, you can actually look out for this and you'll get a nice clear up, and then you can actually breathe, you know? And then it feels nice. Then it feels good. That's one thing to look out for. But anyway, okay, let's fast forward a little bit because not much is happening at the moment. We're going to be going up to Castle Age, seeding some farms. Don't tell me we're going to go for a castle drop with Persians. That would be kind of insane. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We have exposed gold, and because we don't have a tower on it, it's now a targeted attack. And this is now going to get quite messy. Because now this gold we can't use, and this gold we also can't use. So basically, we, safe to say, are suffering to the tower rush. Good clear up though. I like this. Just wrong neighborhood for those units. He just fought back with the vills, and that's that. All good. And now we're gonna go ahead and get armor. I'm just not sure why we're not using the stone. Do we see this? Okay, we see like we see like a gatehouse. Okay, I wonder what he's building there. It must be like an outpost or maybe a market. Okay, we check tower. Yep, good, good, good. I love that. I love the check first just to make sure. You never know when it's actually a forward market, and then you don't want to tower that. We're gonna counter tower that, which is great. Again, this tower should have been made earlier. It's like the forward part of the map. It's a necessary gold. This is, yeah, you should have made the tower earlier. It would save a lot of grievances. Like now, 2 vills. No way you can't get it up. 2 vills down. Okay, you get it up. Nice. So now, even after you get it up, you have to explain to the family of those villagers why they're dead. Okay? It's not going to be me doing that because I would have towered earlier. You got to explain to the families why they died, and that's because you were lazy and you were greedy. You want to save the stone for something else. Like, hey. Okay, I thought this was the town center. Market. Another vill down. Oh, you got a lot of explaining to do. You've got a lot of explaining. 4 vills? How many vills have we lost? We lost 6 villagers so far. Brother, it's going to be a 7th. Yeah, he's going to go back. I have something serious to say after this, though. You should actually delete the farms that are in range. Like, look, this farm has 21 food, 31 food, 35 food. So for like a combined 70 food on those farms, we lost the whole villager that cost 50 food and was already made. So definitely just delete those farms near the tower just so the vills don't automatically move there. Nice little tip for you guys. But anyways, the game continues. Chris now. What's popping with Chris? Full work farming. He messed up the full work. And you know what? I'm not going to make fun of him. All right? Because that always happens to me too. Honestly. It always happens. I sucked at making full work farms. It got a little bit better with the auto farming. But it still messes up here and there. And yeah, this is exactly one of those cases. But that's okay. Overall, he's probably going to play towards some kind of castle drop night spam. But in this position, like, you know, if we're blue here, the best course of action is to clear this up right away. I used to do this when I was young, when I was your age. I used to do this as well, where I'd leave the towers and I tried to boom somewhere else. And I would not make a siege shop. But this is even better. A castle here is good. I like that a lot. Castle here is good. Yeah, sending a good amount of vills. I'm now of the opinion that you should clear out the towers whenever possible when getting to the next age. Because what happens is if you let them linger and you go for a boom, you have more villagers, but you'll quickly run out of space, and that could easily cause you a lot of issues long term. Okay, in this case, you just get a castle, clear all the shit away. Can you please snipe those villagers, though? Just do me the favor. Can we kill those villas on the way out? Our castle is hitting absolutely nothing. Okay, but I'm kind of mad at you, because if you garrison the castle, you would have killed at least one there. But that's fine. Knight can chase, maybe. But it's criminal that Red is getting away with this. And he's gonna sneak 2 stables. I don't think you know about that. Yeah, we don't. We don't. I'm telling you, this is why. This is why low elo games are lower, guys. Lower elo games, non-pro games. I need to find like the politically correct way to say this, because people do get offended. I see you guys in the comments. He's top 5% of players. He's not low elo. I understand it, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here. But this is why I love it. Like, this is so unpredictable. Now, like, Red opens up his base randomly to make a TC. Which, to be honest, I understand why he did that. And now he's going to lose a lot of vills, so... That's rough. But at the same time, he's sneaking 2 stables in a siege workshop to continue pushing a Persian town center, which is something you'll never see in a pro game. But this is... it makes for nice games. It makes for nice times here at this elo bracket. So we're going to go ahead and wall up here. Nice quick walls. Oh, this guy watches Viper. No. This guy watches Viper. Blue watches me. Oh, no. Red watches me as well. I always fail my quick walls. Never mind. Viper would hit that. I wouldn't. This guy watches me as well. We got 2 of my fans here, guys. We got 2 of my fans. 200 HP on the TC. Maybe we can kill that. But we're raiding quite nicely here. This is why I hate polls, guys, nowadays. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but, like... I love polls on the maps where you're safe, but when you're like open and you're getting raided, I feel like your farms are like impossible to defend. And it's just like an easy target for everyone to come kill your villagers. I've been a bit of a polls hater lately, despite actually enjoying the Civ at the core. Okay, wait, I just struggle to see how this game just doesn't end here though, right? Because Red feels like he's dead. He's gonna send the Knights back now. And I know for a fact, Red has no eco upgrades. Neither player has any eco upgrades except blue with double bit axe. I can't believe it. Wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's kind of insane, to be fair. That is kind of insane. Yeah, blue's up like 24 villagers now. And again, if this was a pro game, this would be absolutely over right here, right now. But I have a sneaky suspicion that this game is gonna get wild very soon. Because blue's coming with a TC on the gold. And I could see a world where Chris Castle drops this. He does have the stone. Do it, Chris. Do it. We're just getting started. We are just getting started. This is great. Blue doesn't get town watch, right? Because blue doesn't get town watch, he's blind as a bat. Doesn't see the castle. And now red will probably be allowed to get that. And red is desperately trying to get this DC at home. Yeah, safe to say, Rick, red is big time losing at the moment. Okay. This is looking rough. 69 vills for blue. And he will get a few kills now. He's gonna run away. Okay, so Chris is down 40 villagers and he's down 40 pop, but he's got a forward castle. I recently made a video called this guy has no idea. He's seeding some farms here. He's got no idea what's about to come up here. And I think it's gonna cause a lot of panic. So I made a video not too long ago, top 5 best low elo strats, and in there, forward castle was like one of the high ones. I think honorable mention or something. And honestly, like it just does so much damage. And actually, this castle is fantastic. It's gonna control both golds and kill a TC, which is great. Good reaction from blue though. Good reaction from blue. He's gonna run away. Gonna take his time. I'm shocked to see how much damage red took and how he's gonna recover from that. Bloodlines coming in, foraging, bowsaw. And now we see a monastery come up now as well from blue. And now we see heavy plow as well. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. These guys don't know where they're going really. Interesting. They're gonna go for another town center. Yeah, he's just desperate for gold. If blue just wants some more gold. This one's running out at the front. Also, it's funny. Blue switched to pikeman. I know why he did that. So this is what I call countering a phantom unit. Basically, there's nothing crazy on the field. It's literally just 3 Poles Knights. But because now there's a castle and Poles in general have the cheap Knight spam, he just gets the pikes in anticipation for it. Which you might think is actually, like, makes sense. Like, it's logical. But it's, you know, if in proper play, it's better to just go for more of our stable units because we're having so much success raiding him. And then just continue raiding him. And don't do the pikeman transition, which is a purely defensive option. Whereas we don't need defense right now. All that said, again, this is why it doesn't matter. You know, now we're just playing, we're just doing whatever here. We get the pikeman out, and it's not the worst decision in the world. It should be completely fine. And Chris is ram pushing with a couple rams, maybe an Obuch soon, but just a few knights now to begin. And we are ramming Persian TCs. They take forever to take out, but it's still doable. Especially if you don't contest it, right? So far, blue is kind of just chilling with his pikeman on defense. 44 vills up now. We're consistently doubling our opponent's vill count. I'm going to go for a castle out here. All right. Trying to defend this area. Yeah. Okay, we get the town center. Wait, why did we cancel this? Oh, we're gonna go even more forward? Oh, okay, base. Going for the hill. I like that. Actually, that's a really good decision. But red just has very little on the field right now. Red is like aware. Yeah, he's gonna go Obuch. People love Obuch. So now a few knights. Really good reaction on the conversion. One of my viewers. He has amazing reaction, and he doesn't get the conversion. It's one of my viewers. I'm telling you guys. He did get that one though. Very nice. Obuch putting in some work. But honestly, I think blue's fine. He just gets the castle up and chills. Yeah, this is completely fine. Now, if he's really smurfing, he can get the The unique tech. It's called Citadels. I think it's an imp. Yeah, it's an imp. It makes the castle shoot gunpowder, which is actually really good, by the way. Very nice tech. Okay, but now Poles is just trying to boom behind this. He tried some aggression, didn't really work out too well. He has less villagers, less army, and just trying to survive at this point. Just trying to somehow get back in the game here. And if there's one civ to get back in the game from like a Vill deficit, it's probably Poles. At least it's probably the only civ that can come back economically because of the full work farms. You can really catch up quite fast in terms of res collected. But even then, like, we're lacking so much eco upgrades. There's so many eco upgrades. It just feels like it's we're a long way from it. We're a long way from it at the moment. So let's see. Okay, wheelbarrow coming in now for blue as well. Remember, blue's our guy here. Blue's our homie. So we are eventually wanting him to win. But I do want to see a nice push from Chris, or a nice comeback, so to speak, from Chris. Also, maybe we can end up on war elephants. That could also be really fun. If there's one thing that counters pole knight, it's war elephants. Okay, that's not true at all. But like, it would be fun. It would be fun. Like, to be honest, war elephants have no counter except monks from poles, right? Nothing else can counter them. Pikes don't do enough. Like Arbalest or whatever. I guess Arbalest are okay, but yeah, it's just monks basically. So if you go war elephant plus winged plus sorry, not winged hussar, plus hussar, that's like optimal Persian composition. I don't know, maybe I'm dreaming too much. Maybe I'm dreaming too much. I don't know. It's not a pro game, so I expect to see wacky things at all times. Ooh, Christy's gonna go for a fast imp. See, I told you he's catching up nice and quick. Well, he's not really catching up, but he's at least, saving up to imp. These 4 farms are super strong. Now going university. And now we're gonna see a counter castle from blue. Yeah, this is the wrong response. So what blue should be doing here with these knights, this is what I don't understand. He had, remember the scouts, right? You remember the scouts in feudal? He sent the first ones to counterattack. Then in castle age, he sent his first 2 knights to attack. Now we have an army of 15 knights, and all of a sudden we are super scared of counterattacking, and everything is wide open. So basically, at any point, blue can send his knights into red's base, and the game just ends on the spot. Like literally at any point here. Okay, we're gonna instead go for the gold and lose a bunch of vills. Murder holes, and I think Chris is up to imp, by the way. Yeah, Chris is up to imp. Dude, honestly, I think Chris can win. Once Murder Host comes in and Imperial Age comes in, I actually think Chris might be in a better position. Blue is not counterattacking. He's wasting his quote-unquote tempo or time or whatever. Blue's also completely out of gold, except, this small tile is about to finish. Murder Host is in now, so those Obits jumping in and out, and the castle can work on the knights. This gives so many memories about me using my knights to kill campaign castles, by the way. It was literally always like that. Just like 40 knights, 10 of them died to murder holes, but the castle goes down. And yeah, good defense. Really well played from Chris. Uses the Obich to kill the ram. Yeah. This is what I always say. Like, castles are way too hard to kill in Castle Age. But I think that's probably a good thing overall. Humor me this, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But I think Cap Ram and Castle Age would be sick. Hear me out. Like, 300 food for an upgrade, so it's not going to be like a cheesy thing. You have to get the economy for it, and it makes it so late castle age you can actually push castles. I think that's a really good balance change. You give Cap Ram in castle age, and then you buff Siege Ram for imp a little bit, buff it a little bit. I think that could be, or leave it as is, leave Siege Ram as is. So like the buff is basically that you can get Cap Ram earlier, and so getting to Siege Ram is easier. That might be better. That might be better. But I think Cap Ram and Castle Age would make pushing castles like a lot more viable, which could make the games more exciting. I don't know. I'm always thinking balance change this, balance change that. To be honest, I shouldn't be talking to you guys. I should be opening Reddit threads and explaining it there. But I don't know. I don't have the time for that. I'd rather just waffle in a video instead. Okay, so now Imperial Age is coming in. We have a full army of Obich, by the way, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now Blue is sitting there with his pikemen, and he's thinking in. Sorry, he's not thinking. He's thinking, you know, where are the knights? Because I have the pikes ready. But of course, it was a phantom unit. He was fighting, much like some of you guys, the voices in the head and not what's actually on the field. And, wait, we're doubling down into pikemen? Yeah, he's still fighting the voices in his head. Look at this. He should have sent this wreck to, like, a psychiatrist, not to me. Brother, you got deeper issues. You're going pikeman. He doesn't see the... He doesn't see the Obach. He needs town watch. He needs town watch. Blue's in trouble. Blue is actually in trouble here. He's got a lot of knights on the field. But I think he's in some trouble. Oh, I like what red is doing here. Red is walling in the trebs. This is something that's really slept on in high elo. You know what? You know what, actually? This is really slept on in high elo. We just leave the trebs out. We defend them with army. But I think walling in trebs is actually kind of really, really strong. It's underappreciated, I think. Okay, so we have what's going for Cavalier. So our boy going Cavalier, but also kind of on the low key preparing some halves. And I think he might be doing that because he's low on gold, right? But what he should do is Hussar when you're low on gold. I know, you know, not Hera recommending Hussar again. I know the memes, guys. But it's actually good. And now we see Pole's Cavalier come in and chemistry for bomber cannons. I don't know what happened, but Red's early game was not as good as Blue. But it felt like his way back into the game, he's been playing very well. Credit to Blue, though, going to be trebbing down some castles, preparing, obviously, his Cavalier. I want to see Cavalier versus Obach. I feel like Cavalier should win, but it could come down to numbers. And we're just going to go for the castle. It's a bit ambitious. Obach, the stats are very incredible. Like, you know, 80 HP with a lot of attack, and reshred armor is solid. Okay. No, all this walling for nothing. We walled in our trebs for nothing. Blue sweeps in. And Blue's going to clean up the trebs. Oh, good work from Blue. Good work from Blue. Really nice work from Blue, actually. Moving from one treb to the next. Could take the fights. But you don't have to, but it's going to kill a lot of those. I don't know how the Obach do here. Seems like they're doing okay, though. Obviously, heavily outnumbering the Cavalier. Yeah, but they're doing quite well. That armor shredding bonus is super sick. Yeah, the right combo is Obach Arbalest or Obach Heavy CA. Because then you shred the armor and then the Arbalest CA are hitting for like true damage, basically. Okay, so now what has pushed back the pressure. And Chris is now going to be swapping into Cavalry. Okay, he's going to go Cavalier. Did he get the tech? I assume he got the tech. Otherwise, I don't think he can afford this many Cavalier at the moment. Yeah, I assume he got the tech. Oh, actually, I can check. Yeah, there you go. At the bottom, he did get it. That new capture tool is insane. And now we see Blue expanding a little bit. Getting crop rotation and two-man saw. He is preparing for the late game. This guy can be here all day. Okay. Very nice. Picking up relics, that I like to see, actually. That's very good habits. And right now, his opponent here, Chris, you know, spamming down some stables, going Cavalier, but he's going to be up against Savar. This is where I feel like the Pole late game is only better if there's no gold. Because while there's gold on the field, I feel like the Persian late game, especially with where we're at right now, can just be too strong. Like Hal Paladin, Poles have quite a hard time dealing with that, to be fair. Yeah, how do you deal with Hal Paladin? I guess it has to be something like Obach Arbalest, but that's quite hard to do. In this case, obviously, it could be Savar Halb. Very similar. Maybe Red can take the initiative, though. Okay, this is something I often see as well. Like, is there a reason why we're giving so much time to the opponent now to set up? Like, we have 6 trebs. Okay. Now, our opponent lost all of his castles. We have army on the field. We're almost 200 pop. Why are we not moving across the map right now? Now, you could make the argument that we're waiting for upgrades, which is valid. But while our upgrades are coming in, we could also expect our opponent will get upgrades as well. So I don't think it's like necessary to wait for, you know, wait for all the upgrades to come in before fighting. But nonetheless, it's, you know, it's a valid take. It's whatever. I just like to put the pressure faster, you know. Don't give your opponent time. I like the Hussar tech though, preparing for a preparing for a goldless late game. Although, to be fair, this is the nicest feeling when you get pushed off gold and you get back on gold in a huge way here. Look at that. That is a really nice feeling, honestly. Because now you have so much gold and you have all the tech. So, like, now you're just like, all the gold is going straight into the raw Savar here, which feels insane. Okay, let's see how Red sees this now. He sees the Savar. They are taking the Obuch to absolute school right now. They are destroying those guys. I have chemistry, armor, all the good stuff coming in now for Persian player. And Chris is down 50 pop. Chris is going to have a hard time fighting this. Oh, I don't even want to look here. Savar Hal versus Pole Cavalier. It's not even close. I know those guys cost like very little, but you know, they're still not free. Elite Obuch coming in now. Okay. Interesting. I mean, Elite Obuch is like the only piece I can see saving him, but I still insist. I think he needs Obuch plus Arbalest for them to be effective. Pure Obuch by themselves probably not enough to kill Savar. Okay, he's getting them out now. Good amount of full work farms. Good amount of full work farms. I mean, honestly, I think the auto farm helped so much. Like now, poles are very much playable. You just spam like full work, auto farm 8 times around it, and you're good. You're golden. And it looks like Chris is going to be taking the stone to the left-hand side. Just trying to stay competitive here. And there's a lot of waiting around. Look at this. There's a lot of waiting around. They love to do this. Just take their time. And then bring the Trebs in. Finally here we got the Trebs. And this is the whole army here. Trebs, Savar, Hal. And now we'll be pushing in, looking for the castle. Or not. Oh, this is shaping up to be a huge battle, by the way. This is shaping up to be a huge battle. And that's another upside of like lower level games as well. There's way bigger battles here usually. Pros like to raid a lot. They like to raid, but take a look at this. What are we looking at? 60 units from red, 55 cavalry. I think that might be enough. Blue's army is obviously way better, you know, unit wise, pound for pound. But there's more pounds on Chris's side. Yeah, I think Chris has enough to push through here. Yep. Don't tell me he wins this game, yeah? Don't tell me he wins this game. He's getting a lot of momentum. You blue spanned your resources. You can buy me a ticket around the world with that amount of resources. What are you waiting for? Yeah, this is insane. Like, it just comes down to red. We're up 24,000 res. Blue's up. But red is just spending his res and he's coming down on the field with more. Another expansion here from blue. But in comes the raid now. The raids are going to start. Obuch are on the field. And the Obuch have insane stats. Like, I insist. 95 HP is nothing to scoff at, guys. It is quite strong. And now the raids are coming in. Honestly, blue's in trouble. Blue is potentially in trouble here. He lost his 6 Trebs. I told him he should... I was telling the whole time, obviously, blue should have, you know, stayed back with the Trebs. I don't know why he moved forward. Why was he in a rush? He was winning anyways. Now, you see how I can twist the narrative on both sides. So, again, guys, no matter what you do, because I have higher elo, whatever I say, if I really wanted to make the narrative one thing, it would be the narrative, unfortunately, on YouTube. But obviously, the Trebs going forward is not the problem. The problem was we didn't have that much army yet, too many vills, and a lot of res banked up. But yeah, be aware of that narrative forming, guys. This is very easy to do, very sneaky. I'm gonna mix in some narrative forming just to make sure you guys are awake. I don't want anyone sleeping to my videos, yeah? Yeah. Hold on. What's going on here? Is blue just wasting units, or are we calling this raiding nowadays? Hey, he's sneaking in there a little bit. Chris going with a forward castle. Chris has had enough. An hour in, and he's gonna go for a forward castle. This is controlling nothing, though. This is not getting me excited. I think forward should be the case, and just try to risk it. Good production from blue, though. I like that a lot. Picks up murder holes now. just in case you have to have murder holes. It's gonna come in handy, though. Actually, I made a video about murder holes, so technically, I am also in agreement that murder holes is good here. I mean, why not? You have so much res. It's actually kind of nice to have that upgrade. And okay, I think blue's handling himself quite nicely now. Halb's on the field. Missing upgrades, so missing armor, but overall they should be enough to clear up the cavalier here. Question, it really is, like, why not just play with, like, 40 Hussar? Sorry, 40 Savar, rather. Red hasn't shown a single unit that beats Savar one-on-one. Obush, I don't think, is enough. Okay, this is fun. Red is gonna kill some vills, and because blue will lose vills, he's gonna have more army on the field, so, which is probably a good thing for him. Now this cast is gonna go down as fast as it came up, basically. It's not gonna do a whole lot. We have a big army though of cavaliers here. I want to see red put that to good use and potentially snowball off that. But I'm ultimately cheering for blue because he's our viewer. I think we just call like Chris Viper's viewer. I don't know. We need a narrative here. It's like, you know, my viewer versus Viper's viewer. The competition loop is there, always endless. Good raids from blue. Good raids. Very nice. Snags the trap as well. Kills the castle. All very nice. And you know what? I honestly just don't see how blue can lose this with the bank he has, like 5k gold. But at the same time, red has a decent amount of resources as well. Like I can see it happening that blue will lose without spending the gold. But I think if he just spends it and just goes full Savar, Halb, I don't see how he loses. I think that's my stance. Okay, let's fast forward a little because we have like that stalling that tends to happen. This is the one thing that I mean, we have the fast forward feature for a reason. Like this is the one thing that in low level games, it doesn't like get me excited. It's like, there's just a lot of waiting. Like, brother, send these guys in. What are we waiting for? Very little bills on Chris's side, which is probably why he's building up a smaller bank over here. But he's taking it to Hussar now, so he's prepping for the late game. And these Obuch are actually, they're holding their own. They are trash killers, by the way. Like, Obuch are better than longswords at killing trash units. Because, actually, I'm not sure that's true. But they shed armor, but they have less attack. I'm gonna say it's true. Narrative forming once again. Yeah, Obuch, regardless if they're better than champions or not, but they're gonna be just as good as champions at killing trash units and being a frontline tank. In come the Cavalier from behind. Really like how he engages these fights. Sick. Obuch in the front to shred the armor. Cavalier in the back to swoop in and swarm through the engagements. I think red wins this fight again. Oh my goodness. Red is winning again. Blue's gotta spend that gold. 45 Savar and Q now. 55 Savar and Q. That's what I like to see. I did say that's what we needed. And listen, blue kills the castle, so it's gonna be kind of okay, but dude, this is such a back and forth game. I can't tell you who's gonna win now. Red is approaching 100 army. This is why low elo games or lower level games are exciting. This is why I want to bring them to the channel. I really enjoy this, honestly. More than I thought I would. More than I thought I would. And it all started when I casted a 2v2 Black Forest game the other day. Also lower level. I think it was lower than this. It's like 1,000 elo. And it was just a really fun game. I don't know what's going to hit YouTube earlier. Because the way I do it, I record videos. I send them to my editor. And he takes care of the rest. And that's it. So I don't know what hits YouTube first. But I do them in a specific order. And yeah, I don't know. It's really exciting, honestly. It's going to be all about the viewership, basically. If viewership is high, I keep doing them. I'm having a good time with them. Okay. So now we re-wall. We're going to approach from this side. I like it, though. This time we have a bit more army. And a bit less vills. This is, again, this is done because we lost some vills on the raiding. And we never remade them. But that's a good thing. But actually, we're out of gold. We have the 35 Savar and Q. Blue's out of gold. So he's going to have to win right now. Or else I'm pretty sure that the Polish late game is better. Huge fight on the front. Hard to say who's going to win. I think blue should win that. He's going to regroup. Take it. Ooh, take it one shot. Red goes back. Red goes back. He doesn't want to risk it. Red is playing with pure gold units, though. Okay, now the Hussar are coming out. I'm so scared to take this engagement if I'm ready. He's going to go in. Obuch first. Cavalier behind. I like that he's doing that again. He's so smart. So smart. I like that. Obuch in front is the way to go. And I think red will win this fight again. And he's waiting on the top. Blue, do you lose this? You sent in a wreck that you lost? I don't believe it. Heavy camel. Our boy is flustered. Our boy is flustered. 118 halbers in the queue. Brother, I'm still cheering for you. Heavy camel, I don't really agree with, by the way. I think we don't have the gold for it right now. And that tech takes forever to come in, by the way. Yeah, I think we should just go full Halbs if we're blue, and full Halb Hussar. Maybe hand cannon to kill the Obuk, but yeah, heavy camel's probably not it. The raids have been strong on the top. Red's also been winning fights. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Red is actually low on economy, low on res. So while he's winning the fights, blue actually has a lot more army on the field now, because his Q was larger. He had more economy, more of a bank. The one time where stockpiling res is good is in late game, right? The Tsavar, oof, almost got the Treb. Gonna go down though. And now we got some raids in. I like the Halb raids. I think that's good. Hold on. I have to do this because I'm petty. When I'm streaming pro games, right? Like really fast APM, super close, super sharp, back and forth. There's always one guy in the chat. Hera, why don't you take the relic? Oh, Hera, are you stupid? There's free gold on the field, and they're always typing like that, like LOL, you know, forgetting the relic. Ha! Chris, are you stupid, Chris? Are you all stupid not taking the relic? No, you're busy. You're busy. I understand that. Yeah, it's just sorry. I built up trauma. I have to unleash it on someone. It just happened to be Chris. He didn't even send in the rec. It's just a random guy. But Chris, you're free money, man. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like free money. But Blue, on the other hand, one of my viewers, going for the relics. Okay, I like that. You have the right to yell at me now. You have the right to yell at me for the relics. You picked them up. Very good. But no, in all seriousness, relics are obviously really good. It's just sometimes it's hard to bring them in, you know? Sometimes it's hard. Winged Hussar, man. It's such a good unit to be, like, it's up against the counters and it still feels like it's doing well. But it's up against Heavy Camel and Halb now, so it's gonna be difficult to take them out. I think Chris needs more Obuch, but yeah, he's out of res. He's out of res. I think our boy did it. Really nice back and forth game, though. Really nice back and forth game. There's a lot of army, by the way. A lot of army. 80 army on the field, in fact, at the moment. Just has to bring the Trebs in. Score is still super close, though. I mean, I could see a world. If Red just goes for raids, I think I could see a world. Like, all of this is exposed. I could see a world where he still wins. But I don't think he can win fights head on, because the Halbs are a big problem now. You have to raid with the Winged Hussar. It's like the way to go, you know? Again, I think we're entering into this like stalling. He's like preparing his siege. We're also kind of preparing a siege, so there's a bit of stalling going on. Okay. It didn't last long though. The fight's gonna take place. I think this is okay. There's not that many Halbs. The Winged Hussar should be fine. Blue, a little AFK with the army. Definitely not helping. But the Halbs are actually doing work. I think the trades are better for blue. But like red is winning them just, well, because we have a lot of army doing nothing. But blue is also raiding on the side. He's trying to make something happen. And now he's getting town patrol. Oh. Is that the way we're using the like 200 gold? Is that what it costs, 200 gold? Or is it 100? I think it's 200. I don't know if that's the way I'd use 200 gold right now. It does have the relics though. That's helping a lot. And yeah, it looks like I think at this point it's over. Blue is stomping through. What a game this has been. Treb's finishing. I think that's the last castle as well. Yep, last castle. And Chris did a great job holding, but I don't think he can hold for much longer. It really, all it takes is blue to bring this army in one shot, and then he should just be able to steamroll through. Halbs, Hussars, all can run in through. And again, the problem with the poles is that your farms are always super exposed. Hard to protect the forward farms. So yeah, Red is trying to defend. He's like slapping down stables, last ditch effort. I kind of feel a little bit bad actually. I take back my comments on the relic, man. You're actually doing really well. He's trying to hold. But in the end, I think it's just too difficult now. There's heavy camel coming in. There's Halbs coming in. He doesn't have a castle for Obich. Doesn't have a castle for defense. Drops the well played. I made fun of the nicest guy. I made fun of the nicest guy. My guy said, "God damn." I hope you said GG thank you or something. Okay. Oh, you're talking some shit? I mean, Goddamn's not necessarily like talking some shit, but yeah, what a nice game, honestly. What a nice game. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, Chris dropped the GG, well played it. I honestly love to see that. I honestly love to see that. Good, good, good. Really nice game. Had an amazing time casting it. 45 minutes on the clock here. An hour and 19 in game time. Summary from Blue. I think Blue did a good job in a lot of aspects. Like getting a Vil lead was really nice. But he had two major mistakes. He was countering Phantom units, and he kept taking forever to start the siege pushes, which actually gave Red the time to get back in the game. And you never counterattacked when you had like 15, 20 knights, or just went to raid, you know? So keep that in mind, guys. Like, these guys didn't really raid too often, and every time they raided, it was successful. So mix in more raids into your games. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. A battle at 1250 elo. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll take a quick look at the stats here. KD was pretty even, all things considered. Eco very heavily in favor of Persian, which is really weird because normally Poles are really far ahead in food, but not the case here. And APM 48. And these are the guys. Yeah, these are the guys calling Doubts low. Doubts at 60 APM, by the way. Next time I see people in the chat calling Doubts slow, these are 1250 players. Maybe Doubt's not slow. Maybe you're slow. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Wait, check me out on YouTube if you guys want to see. Oh, no. You're on YouTube. Check me out on Patreon if you guys want guides on how to get better. And all the exclusive content there. And check me out on Twitch for my daily live streams. Link to both in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you all. I'll see you guys in the next video. And with that, peace.